Rogers TV, London.
Good morning and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jen Slay. I would like to recognize and acknowledge the ancestors that came before me, allowing me to be able to sit here with you today. I also acknowledge that I am currently sitting on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape-Hawk, and Ottawandaran peoples. I am grateful to be able to visit and call these lands home. Today's show is going to be a great one. There's so many events going on in our great city, the Forest City. Our first guest is a strong advocate and a leader for a cause that impacts many of the men in our lives. Let's hear more. Hello, Dr. Chin, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. So tell us a little bit about the event that's coming up.
Well, it's called the Father's Day Walk Run Dash for Dash. As the name implies, it's for prostate cancer, mainly to raise awareness and, of course, to raise some funds for research and for education. It's an event that will be at Wonderland Gardens. It's a family event starting at around 9 o'clock. The event actually has been going on for 20 some years now. We started in 1999. It's been going every year since. And the last couple of years, of course, we've been doing it virtually. But this year, fortunately, with COVID being more or less under control and most people are vaccinated and so forth, that we can do it live again. So everybody is looking forward to it, of course, to see everybody and to see their friends and be able to be out and basically walk and run in the park. And of course, it's an outdoor event, so it should be fine. We still actually have kind of a hybrid arrangement that we can live stream some of the, I think most of the activities, the festivities as well.
Okay, so there's some festivities that go on other than just the walking?
Yeah, so it's a family event. So in fact, there's it says 100-meter walk or dash for little kids. That often is a highlight for right to start the race. And there's live music. There's an auction. There's a silent auction, and of course there'll be some speeches, but very short. Speeches will be short. And I think we usually have representative from various levels of government. I think we actually have. I think the deputy mayor this year coming. The mayor could not make it, unfortunately. So there will be other people there representing the survivors and the volunteer groups, of course. So yeah, it's more than just a 5K run. There's also a 2.5 kilometer walk for people just to kind of a leisurely walk, and in fact a 1K walk for people who are maybe slightly less mobile. So in fact, like people a little more advanced in their years, and of course some of them have prostate cancer or have had prostate cancer, they still want to participate and they bring the whole family. In fact, often the grandfather and have their sons and daughters and their grandchildren, the whole family, and of course before the event, they would have tried to raise some money for research and so forth. So, and they come out as a family event. And so that's been a highlight of many people's calendar over the years.
Yeah. And so this event, it's a fundraiser. Is it primarily a fundraiser?
Well, it is a fundraiser, but it's a combination of fundraiser. Like most of these events through the hospital foundation, is also for one specific cause. In this case, it's prostate cancer. Basically, it's raising awareness, making sure that people become aware of it. They get tested. You have family members, so because of the grandfather or father and their children may want to be tested, need to be tested, and to be aware of the signs and symptoms. So it's an educational thing as well. So it's a combination of both raising awareness and raising funds for research is obviously one of the goals. Yeah. So as far as research goes, I might as well just tell you, we've been doing a lot of things. related to prostate cancer, especially so-called minimally invasive technologies. There's clinical research, so-called clinical trials. There's also basic research looking at, like in the lab, we work on various biological or so-called markers, kind of chemistry type things and pathology. And then of course, in between the clinical and the basic is a link, so-called the translational research, which from one to the other and link. So in the end, we basically go from the bedside, bench to bedside and vice versa. Sometimes we go back and forth in terms of gaining more knowledge. It's all, of course, focused on prostate cancer. And hopefully we can get a better cure, better treatments for patients.
So if people want to understand more and learn more about the fundraiser, the event, and prostate cancer itself, they can go, is there a website people can go to?
Yeah, it's called dashforthat.ca. I think if you just, type in Dash for That, it'll come up, Dash for That London, Dash for That prostate. Yeah, there's information on about the disease, about various activities that are going on. There's actually an online auction as well. That's what a lot of these things are donated by volunteers, by generous donors, by sponsors, and we actually have a committee that's worked pretty well year round on mounting this event. So.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today, Dr. Chin, and good luck with the event.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity to tell you about this. Thanks.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Don't be distracted and leave your cooking unattended.
Stand by your pan and look while you cook.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
For more information about the vaccine and eligibility, visit healthunit.com. To book an appointment, call the number on your screen or book online at covidvaccinelm.ca. This is Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Our next guest is going to bring us back in time. Do you remember Anne of Green Gables? Well, did you know that there's a ballet? Let's meet Clea Iverson, who is going to tell us all about it. Good morning, Clea, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I am excited to speak with you because, as I mentioned just before we got on, I grew up with Anne of Green Gables, with the TV show and everything. And when I saw there's a ballet, tell us more.
Well, I mean, like you, I also grew up with it and read all the books and just the idea that I could be a part of a presentation performance. And for me, a ballet, that's my language. To be able to tell the story in a new language and in my language and to be a part of it, I mean, it's a dream come true, fundamentally. And, when we started developing the ballet, the movement that would go with the story, it's so rich we think of Anne as a character that talks all the time, but she's just full of imagination and all of those things. You can now just like, you can animate them with the body, with the movement, with the characters, and the emotions that she feels are gigantic all the time, whether she's super excited or maybe a bit angry about something. It lends itself so well to just expressing it through movement. So it was a wonderful process, and it's been really exciting to bring it to the stages, because we've managed to I think, to really bring the heart and the beauty of the story right to the stage.
Oh, I'm excited about that, because I never imagined what it would be like as a ballet. And so, to express yourself through dance, I've watched dance and it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it can bring so much emotion out, right? So it's to see it would be just amazing. So you travel, so the show travels, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, the show was traveling before the pandemic and literally got stopped in its tracks. And we packed up and went home and waited it out. One of the first things to do is to get it back on the road. And we picked up the tour where we left off. And we've been traveling since March again, bringing the show to all sorts of different theaters. And we've been in Atlantic, Canada now for about 3 weeks. And we're coming back to Ontario until the end of July. So we're really looking forward to getting it on all those stages that were meant to happen in 2020.
And that was my next question. When can Londoners expect to be able to go and see the play?
Well, we're Wednesday, June 22nd at 7:00 at the Centennial Hall. We'll be there, and all her family and friends and imagination creatures. It's going to be great.
Awesome. And so you were saying that the dancers, there's a beauty in the dancers who are in this production. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have local dancers join us on stage. We create roles that can be taught to dancers just the day before. So the day before they join us, we teach them roles that they're going to do in the show with us that really help bring even more to life in our performances. And then they'll perform on stage. And I think this experience for young dancers, getting on stage for them, just like us, is exciting. But seeing how that professional dance world works. Like, if you want to be a dancer, I mean, we have all those lovely dreams, but the reality of it sometimes is a bit of a mystery, I think. And those dancers actually get a chance to really feel and see and experience what a professional dancer is doing for a living. And as well as, of course, join the magic of just being on stage and having an audience, react and enjoy a performance. So we'll be having 12 local dancers from the London area join us on stage.
That's amazing. And it just kind of brings it home as well. How do aspiring dancers, how would they be able to get involved in Ballet Jorgen?
Well, I mean, we do have lots of different programming. This one I mentioned is called the Local Participant Program. And, we do it year after year. We have a Nutcracker production that we do as well. We're local dancers. And we have summer dance programming where dancers can come and train with us in Toronto. We offer master classes. So we love going into the studios themselves and working directly with the students in their home environments to just, give them some new inspiration, just a different experience to kind of light the fire again, because it's a lot of work to train to be a dancer. And sometimes we just need that extra little bit of treat to get us going again and, push us through the hard times of working on getting to be a better dancer.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here, and good luck with the production. Or I think the proper term is break a leg, or maybe that's not great for ballet dancers.
It's true. We don't actually want that, but I do know what you mean. It's the saying, and we're really looking forward to it. Every performance is a delight.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're back for season 3. We've had the opportunity to see some great backyards and have some great barbecue. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
Did you have fun? Check this out. It's nice, right?
Welcome back. Our next guests are no strangers to our show. Melissa Maloney and Leah Hunt from All Women L.E.A.D have an event with regards to leadership coming up for all individuals who identify as women, along with their allies. Let's hear more. Hello, Leah. Hello, Melissa. Welcome back.
Hi.
So tell us about the event, the All Women L.E.A.D event that's coming up. Who is this for?
So our next event is on June 20th at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And this event is for all women and anyone who identifies as a woman, and anybody who also identifies as a leader, which is all of us, because our definition at All Women L.E.A.D is anybody who has influence over other people, which is every single person. And obviously any allies of women and people who identify as women. So we want everyone to come and hear the inspirational stories of our speakers.
Yes. And so what do people walk away with? We've been doing this event for the last 2 years, 2, 3, since 2020, right before you. So what do people walk away with?
I think what's unique about these events, and the reason that I've sort of gotten more and more involved, is because the conversations are just that. It's not a one-way process of information where you show up and an expert in something teaches you something or inspires you about something or tells a story. There's elements of all of that, but it's more of a dialogue. And I think there's just so much more space in the event for you to connect the dots yourself. We all have very unique experiences, and I've said it before, I'm not for everyone, and that goes both ways. But there's space for everybody to find themselves in this event, to find the inspiration they need, the motivation, the peace, the relief. And I think the other thing is this team has been really, really purposeful in creating a diverse panel of stories in every sense of the word. We don't always get everything right, and we're learning so much and continuing to be inclusive. So that's what people can expect.
Awesome. And so with this specific event on June 20th, who's going to be speaking and what's happening?
So we have 3 incredible speakers, and as always, an extra Q&A facilitated by Miss Leah Hunt herself. So our speakers for this event are Sadat. So if anyone, most people in London should know who she is. She's got a pretty strong presence in the city, an absolutely incredible story that's going to come along with that presence as well. We have Mojd Cox, who is the new executive director of Pillar Nonprofit, and I guess not that new anymore, but the executive director of Pillar, and also just an inspiration, and I think people will really get a lot out of her story as well. And Jen Govier, who is an entrepreneur in the city, and I think I'm hoping I have these expectations of some really fun conversations with Jen based on her products.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And I'll say good luck to the event. I will be there as well, of course. June 20th. Thank you so much. And we will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Hey, this is Scott Navarro, producer here at Rogers TV, and while I've been a staff member for about 5 years, I've actually started my Rogers TV journey as a volunteer 10 years ago. I started as a volunteer in high school, trying to get some hands-on experience, see if I liked working in TV, and I loved it. I met some great people who I'm still friends with to this day, and the technical skills I learned helped me get a job in Toronto working in TV before moving back to London to get a job here at Rogers TV. So if you're a young person and you're interested in television production, I recommend you come out, get some hands-on experience, and see if you like it. Or even if you're a not so young person, I still recommend you join our crew, get some experience, and have some fun along the way. We've got some opportunities working on sports productions, studio productions, and shooting shows out in the field. So if this is something that you're interested in, go to rogerstv.com/volunteer, and I'd love to see you on one of my crews real soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a strong advocate for our furry little friends and has a big announcement to make. Let's hear more. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. I am so excited to hear everything that you're going to talk to us about. But before we get into it, what exactly is the Humane Society?
Well, the Humane Society exists here for animals. We've been at this location since 1899, we believe, in some format, or at least in the city. And we're here to serve animals, ultimately. We have 3 pillars, which we work under, which is shelter, advocate, and educate. And we're working really hard to reach all 3 of those succeed those pillars, to fill those pillars.
And so you said that you've been here since the late 1800s, and obviously you're not in that exact same facility. However, the facility that you're talking about building is like state of the art.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been here since 1899,
oh, no.
but in dog years, maybe. So we really do try to attribute your time here in the dog years thing. So it makes you sound like you've been here a lot longer than you have. So I've been here for 4, so that's like 28 years. I feel like I've been here. But yeah, we were super excited to announce a few weeks ago at a groundbreaking ceremony here in the city, a new facility and the future of not just HSLM, but animal welfare here in Ontario and Canada, a state-of-the-art facility that we're going to build here with the community.
And so when I read the press release, it's an animal community center, really. So,
yeah, we were calling it Old Oak Animal Campus. Old Oak really came to the table when we approached them with this idea, and so they agreed on a naming rights for them as part of the thank you for what they're doing for us with the land and everything else. And so, well, great partners. But ultimately, yes, we're taking and building a shelter, but a shelter inside of an animal campus or even a recreation facility, if you will. It's a community center. And we're using it to fulfill those 3 principles or those 3 pillars. And so not only will you be able to come in and adopt an animal, but you'll be able to come in and stop at a coffee machine and grab a coffee and go into a room that's themed in many different themes we're going to have, and sit and have a coffee with the felines and enjoy their time and enjoy your time. And if you so choose to make an adoption that day, we can also obviously facilitate that as well. But so there's that part of it when we come down to the shelter area. With the education center, we'll have kids camps in the summertime. So you'll be able to bring your children in the morning and drop them off and in the summertime. And on Mondays, they'll learn about dogs, and Tuesdays, they'll learn about cats and bunnies and such through this whole week, and really interact with our staff and the facility to educate them about animal welfare and how to be a good pet owner and how to take care of their animals inside of some of those camps. And also we'll continue to do that also throughout the school year, as we'll invite schools into the facility as well. And then just from an advocacy standpoint, I mean, whether it's advocate for animals here, whether it's providing clinics and training for animals or adult owners, and also greater than our area with working with Humane Canada here across the country and strengthening the laws which our government works within for animals, and also just animal education and care on that level as well.
What a wonderful opportunity for youth. I mean, to learn how to care for someone other than themselves. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's, you know, I was a kid, I went to hockey camp and that's all I did. But, you know, for everyone, I mean, everybody's touched by a pet in their family. You know, 2 out of 3 homes in our service area have a pet. So what a great way for kids to come and explore and learn. And I, you know, how can it not be a bad day when you get to be around the animals? And so they'll learn about what they do during the day and how to work with them and what excites the animal and also the human, and participate in our clinic, our veterinarian care clinic, and surgeries and those different types of things. It'll really develop future people for staff, whether they want to care for animals here at the shelter or participate in some kind of animal health care, maybe be a vet someday. And so those are all the different things that the facility will provide for students and some of us bigger kids as well.
Amazing. And so this is going to cost a little bit of money.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. But what doesn't? Yeah. Yeah.
How can Londoners help?
Yeah, so I can share, like, you know, this project's been on the go for about 4 years, and we quietly have been able to raise approximately $10 million towards the new facility. And at that time when we were planning this, that was almost going to be enough. And because of the pandemic and the change in the things, what things cost, prices have definitely risen. And so we launched a capital campaign the day that we did the groundbreaking to raise $10 million. And so, you know, we are not funded by the government. A lot of people think that we are owned by the City of London or we received money from the provincial or the federal. It's just not the case. We can't even find grants that we even align with that are towards animals or what we're doing. And so really it comes down to the 100% individual donations and corporate donations is really what funds this. And so, you know, we are the community's facility, and it's the community's responsibility to fund the new facility and the shelter and the Humane Society as a whole. So we're super excited about that, to be honest with you. I like that this is going to be the communities, and this is people investing in animals. And so we're proud that we're able to do this with the community.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Steve. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to coming and visiting the center.
Yeah, we'd love to have everybody come in. I can't wait to start that tour process for sure.
That's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me today. And do yourself a favor and go visit the websites and social media platforms of our guests to support their efforts and their events. I look forward to being here again with you next week. And I ask that you please comment, like, and share this episode with your friends. Until next time, be well and take care.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
I started playing softball when I was 4 years old. I loved it.